What's up, vape fans? We're here, we're back, we're talking to you today, another device review, except today we got something I haven't reviewed on the channel in a video format before. But we've got a Squonk, we've got a box Squonk mod. We're going to go through today the Athena by GeekVape. This is a fully mechanical Squonk mod, so please do not try and use this unless you have a working understanding of Ohm's law. Oh, she's a smooth little beauty. She comes in a few different colours, this one, but I went for the old blue. I'm normally a gunmetal or black kind of guy, so I thought we'd mix it up a little bit. So, Squonks are something you don't see too many of anymore. I don't think they actually took off as much as the market wanted them to. So there is sort of, if you're enjoying, dripping like you do with an RDA, or if you do like using devices such as like the Blotto here, which is an RTA, where you like the rebuildable aspect, but you don't want to have the aggro of dripping every 5 seconds. The idea of a Squonk was genius. Absolutely genius. Theory being, you got your RDA up top. This is a bottom fill RDA. So what will happen, you press in on this little bottle here, and it will feed via a tube straight up into the bottom of your RDA. So that will come straight up through here, into your RDA, and wet your cotton for you. So why isn't this a bigger deal? I personally find every Squonk that I've used has had its issues. The Athena's no different. But the premise and the promise of what it's supposed to do for you does work. You just need some company out there to fine-tune these a little bit. So, without further ado, what we'll do is we'll go down to the table, take a closer look at what comes in the Athena, how it sets up, and then we'll come back up top. We'll talk pros and cons, see what you guys think. So this is the Athena in its retail packaging. Everything you expect from GeekVape, really, with this sleeve. Notoriously hard to open box for some reason. God only knows why. But they're an absolute nightmare to open these boxes. The Athena comes ready built. As you can see, it looks stunning in that box in the blue. It does come in a few different colours. But underneath your device, you have got your usual array of boring bedtime reading with your user manual. And there is some RDA options. There's an additional Squonk bottle, which this one is crazy soft. Then you've got your bag of bits, which in your bag of bits, you've actually got your tool, you've got a spare Squonk pin, you've even got an adapter, so you can use a 510 drip tip if you want to, instead of the 810 drip tip. You have a normal pin as well. But the Athena is what we want to see. So the Athena itself, it has got the Athena branding around the top of the RDA. And no real branding on the mod itself. There is the Athena down the side and a logo on the front, but that's about it, quite minimalist. Doors held on with these magnets. It does seem to hold them quite well, actually. But you've got your contact posts here on the side, and your Squonk bottle, which is very easy to remove, which I think is down to this very short hose on the top. You have got your contact section at the top here, where your L bar connects from the button. Which the button is spring-loaded. It's a nice little button. It doesn't have too much depth to it, but it has this nifty little locking switch underneath, which is nice to have on a unregulated device. Makes it a little bit safer for you. If you take the RDA off the top, first thing I always notice when I take the RDA off, boy, is there some juice all around the top. You can just see the shimmer there. And the pin inside is not spring-loaded, as you'd expect. And the RDA itself does have Athena branding on the bottom of it, as well as a nice protrusion on that pin there. And then again, it's a bottom feed, so you expect the hole in the bottom. You've got your airflow, which is adjustable airflow, but if I'm honest, it's not the best. But, I mean, I say it's not the best. I like an airy airflow, especially on an unregulated device, which I thought I would get a little bit more of. With this, but the deck itself, very easy to build on. You got 4 posts. With these posts, plenty of enough room to fit your 3mm coils in there. I've got a single 3mm clapped it in here at the moment, which I think comes out at 0.6 ohms or 0.58 ohms, something like that. And the juice well isn't particularly deep because the juice actually fills up from underneath the deck instead of flooding the coil itself. Behind the battery door, you've got this nice cutout. I've never understood Squonks that don't have them to help you remove the battery, but it has one. But, I mean, it goes together quite smooth. It's very similar. It's simple to use. The design's nice with it. The build quality seems nice with it. But, you know, it's just standard problems. Okay, so now we've taken up close and personal look at it. You know, let's talk pros and cons. I mean, it vapes well, and it hits good for, you know, a single coil, single 18650 device. It does have its letdowns, but the thing is, I'm finding these letdowns, they're not unique to the Athena. It's squonking in general. The amount of leakage that comes out of every squonk that you get, you know, ain't even funny these days. I do find this has got slightly less than what I had with the Pulse. I mean, the Pulse pretty much just pissed out juice. This, on the other hand, it does tend to run a bit better. I mean, I think the airflow could be better on the RDA. I mean, if you're going to sell it as a complete kit, do us a solid and give us decent adjustable airflow. I mean, this bad boy's unregulated. We want that airflow. We want to get decent cloud production off it. But it's not a deal breaker. You can always put another RDA on there if you want. Like, I've got my Dead Rabbit that I could chuck on here if I wanted to. The size is good. I feel the build quality is quite good. Like, the metal is nice on here. Especially as I noticed a lot of squonks that came out at one point were all 3D printed. And I found the plastic just felt a bit cheap. And a bit nasty. This feels solid. Feels nice and solid. The L-bar inside, I mean, you do get some arcing on there. I mean, you can visibly see it, but you know, you can take that out, some manual adjustments yourself, and you'll get that minimized. But again, I find this is a problem that I find with a lot of squonks. I have seen other people that have had the Athena. They tend to find that they have problems with that arcing in there too. And if I'm completely honest, I just think it's a mass-produced problem, you know. They could easily just, you know, do some more product testing, make sure those L-bars are slightly more adjusted, just to give us a little bit more of a peace of mind, I suppose. But on the whole, I mean, if I had to give it a rating out of 10, it'd be a solid 7 out of 10. The thing that pushes it over the edge for me, I picked this up at Washington Vapes for 10 quid. Now, for a £10 mod, cannot fault it for £10. However, for its normal RRP, which I've seen it on some websites for 35, 40 quid, I've seen some sites even charging 50 quid for this. No, I'm sorry, no. I would not pay that kind of money for a squonk. Not just the Athena, but squonking in general. It's just not there for me. Especially when you can get a half decent. Like, I got the Aegis from GeekVape for 60 quid. Why would I pay 50 quid for that when I can pay 60 quid for this? And this came as a full kit as well. I've chose to put the Blotto on there. But, you know, it's that perceived value. Yes, it's unregulated. At £10, it's great for the people who are dipping their feet into the unregulated market. In fact, I've just sorted out with my brother-in-law. He's just made the switch to mechanical devices. So for his first mechanical device, very good, very straightforward. It's easy for him to get on with. It's still a similar size to box mods that he's used to. You know, we're not sort of switching into the tube mech market yet. The options are there. So it is a 7 out of 10. There's a few things that do let it down for me. But as I say, a few of those things, in my opinion, are just squonking in general issues, you know. But overall, for the £10 price point, can't knock it. I mean, let me know if you've got an Athena, what you thought of it, because I do find that this came out very similar time to the Pulse, and I found a lot of people went with the Pulse. Now, personally, having used both, I would prefer the Athena over the Pulse. These sort of disappeared very, very quickly. Let me know what your thoughts were with it, and, you know, get in touch. Let me know if you've got any feedback on yours or anything that you found was a bit niggly or a bit better than what I found. But as always, thanks for stopping by. It's been an absolute pleasure again. We'll hopefully see you again real soon. The podcast, I know I say it every time, it is coming. We've got the overlay sorted now. We're just trying to get some time together with a couple of my friends. We can jump on together and get some stuff done for you. And hopefully we'll see you all soon. But don't forget to check out the website, www.thenerdjourney.weebly.com. Or if you've got any questions or got any suggestions for us, shoot us an email at thenerdjourney@gmail.com. Take care, guys.